Welcome back, guys, to another video. So today I'm coming out with a different new video altogether. So today I'll be trying out React Native for the first time. I've never used React Native in my life. I've heard about React Native. So there's this thing that if you know React JS, React Native should be fairly simple. So today we are going to try it out. So I've never done a React Native thing, so I thought, why not do a video of me trying out React Native for the first time. So obviously the best place to start off is the React Native documentation, and this is the best place to start off. So but then before we start off with this video, please like, share and subscribe. This really helps me keep making more videos for you and really helps the channel out. And if you guys are interested in one-on-one classes like coaching calls, you guys can check the link in the description below. I do make coaching calls, and I've been doing that for quite some time, and people are actually liking that. So if that's something that you're interested in, check the link in the description below, and let's get started with this React Native. Cool. So let's get started. So I believe maybe this would be the first part to where one can start, which is the getting started. So if you guys have ever done some React Native, you guys can comment down below if there's any best practices that you guys know or understand from React Native. You guys can actually comment down below and tell me your best practices on what I need to do here. So okay, so introduction. So I guess what I need is environment set up. So let's see. So the CLI. So I did some bit of research before doing this video, but I heard that the CLI, it's going the full-on React Native using the CLI, and there's Expo, which makes things simple. So because I'm still a beginner in React Native, I think we'll go the Expo lane. So what we do here is we have to say npm that. Okay, cool. So let's do that. So I'd have to say sudo npm install g CLI. Let's install that. Hopefully my password was correct. I felt like I didn't enter the correct password. Cool. So that is installing. So now what do we do? Once that is installed, we say expo init and then the project. So it says then run the following commands to create a React Native project, and then for yarn it's the same, right? Cool. And then we start modifying this thing. So there's caveats because you don't build any native code when using Expo. So why is this? So I thought when we build React Native, we're building native code, but then here it says because you don't build native code when using Expo to create project, it's not possible to include custom native modules beyond the React Native APIs and components that are available. Oh yeah, I understand what they're saying, because I think I once read about it that the Expo does give us some bit of sort of like you're boxed, something like that. I don't know how you guys say it in the React Native world, but then okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, so my thing is still installing, but then let's see. So I believe integration with an existing app. So we're not integrating with any existing app. Okay, cool. So I heard that the Expo, I believe with Expo I have to download an app from the Play Store. So while my Expo is still installing for my project, for my system, what we shall do is let us set up let me just share my phone. So I'll be using SourcePy. I don't know how you guys pronounce that, but then yeah, that thing. So you guys install that. This is what I use mainly for when I'm screen sharing and testing out for mobile, but then now we're doing it for our Android phone, right? Cool. So this is my screen. So now what do I want to do? So now what I want to do is we want to install Expo, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to install Expo. I don't know if this is my first time screen sharing a mobile device. Hopefully it is capturing. So let's see. So we'll say Expo. let's get that. That's what we wanna download. So while that is still doing that, so let's see. So we download the Expo. Hopefully I do have space. Hopefully I do have space. Hopefully I do have space to download this Expo. So yeah, hopefully I do have space. Let's see. Okay, cool. So it looks like it is downloading. Cool. So it looks like it is downloading, right? So okay, so it's still pending, but then cool, it's downloading, right? So let's wait for that download and then we'll get back to that later. So now let's see on the introduction, yeah, how to use the stocks and all that. So it's interesting, right? So let's see how far this is. So this thing is still taking its time. This installation, it's still taking its time. Okay, cool. So let's say I'll pause the video while this installs, because I'm sure you guys don't want to see me wait for this to install. So I'll pause the video, get that to install, and then once that is done, I will. Okay, cool. So we have this installation done. It took quite some time, but then now let us go back to see as to what this component thing is in React Native. So right, so I've also finished downloading the Expo app. So if I were to bring up my phone so that you guys may see that, if I were to bring that up, and there you go, here's the Expo app, right? And also other apps that I have, but then we're interested in the Expo, right? So now let's just do that because we haven't started anything. So now it said that we must export init, and then we init the name of our app. So let's just try a simple project, right? So something simple because it's my first time using this. So let's say let's just say counter, right? And then let's see. So let's see what this thing does for us. So I don't know if it's like the npx create react app. I don't know how this thing works. Hopefully it doesn't have a problem with my name counter like that. Okay, cool. So here we have options. So it says choose a template, it says use the arrow and the return to submit. So we have a blank, we have a TypeScript. Okay, so since we're just beginning, we don't want the TypeScript, we just want something simple. And here minimal bare with essentials, minimal bare. Okay, let's just go for the blank app and all that. Let's just go for the blank app, and then as we go, so just comment down below, guys, what React Native project you want me to try out, and I'll definitely give it a try. I don't know if I'll be able to. So here we have views, so view group, UI view. So I believe this is for like different okay, why is this closing? So when you want to get a container that supports layout with Flexbox. Okay, let me not lie, I don't know what's happening here. So div is basically like a view. So correct me, guys, down there in the comment section. I believe it's saying the div, and this here now it's a bit confusing. I don't know as to use this component when you're developing for like a specific one. Okay, so all that is doing, so I don't know, is that what it means or what? And does it mean that in React Native a p tag is a text tag and an image tag? Just comment down below, guys, and tell me as to what this thing actually is saying. So here we have a text input, and I believe it's this input. So is it? I believe it is. I believe it is. So what is a scroll view for? Is it there? So it's a generic scroll container that can contain multiple components and views. Okay, cool. So this thing is installing, and then what we'll do is we'll just try and make some simple counter, and then see if we can understand and give it just some bit of styling, because you see from what I'm seeing here, it looks like more like styles are like inline. And is it like that with React Native? Is it like you have inline styles only? But I doubt it will be very unclean. It will be very unclean. It would be very unclean. So yeah, so while we're waiting for the project to start up, so just comment down below what apps you guys would like to see me try and build with React Native. It will be a nice challenge. It'll be a nice challenge to actually get one of you guys app. So don't hesitate, comment down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I see what's happening here. It looks like there's more like React, but then it's like changed a bit. Not changed a bit, like the tags are like changed. It's more like me using React based on what I'm seeing here. I might be wrong, I might be right. I might be wrong, I might be right, but then this is what I'm seeing, because we still have this, we still have, now the difference is now on a React Native we have this thing. Okay, cool. So from what I'm understanding, React Native docs are actually quite clean. They're really understandable as to what's happening. Yeah, they're really clean. So, but then this might be foreign. So, for example, let's say you didn't know React. This might be foreign to understand as to what's happening here. But then it looks understandable from what I'm seeing here. That right now I'm returning a text saying hello, I'm your cat, and then. But then I wonder how navigation works on this thing. Do you use the React Router DOM, or maybe there's just comment down below, guys, because I'm new to React Native, so I'm just curious as to how then does it work to like not scroll, but then to change from different component to another component. So it seems like, yeah, it's the same thing here as React. I'd pass down props like this. Okay, so this thing is taking time, and I just want to start coding React Native. That'll be nice, just nice to see myself as a mobile developer, and just go back from handling what's this this thing, man, what's called web programming, just to step back a bit from web programming. So yeah, so handling text change. So here's some things. So text is a call that allows you to handle, so on change, so the property is on change text. So I wonder if a button is on click. What is a button? Is it on click? Is it what? So here's like more or less of not everything, unless maybe this docs is not full. Here's more resources. Let's go to more resources, because since we're trying to make a counter app, we'll definitely need to know how to click on a button. But then with some Google search, that should do. So while this is doing, man, like, let me just pause the video and wait for the installation to. Okay, cool. So it looks like now it's done. So it's a bit different to the React used to the CD, get started to hack, things like that from React. But then let's CD into our app called Counter. Let us see as to how how a React Native project looks like, and then we start with just a simple thing, right? So yeah, I come here to React documentation. Okay, so my text editor is opening right now, should be opening in a second, and here we go. Cool. So I'll be using Atom, and you guys can be using any text editor of your choice. And let's see, so we have assets here, and okay, let's just do this. Let's just say, for now, while I'm recording, hopefully this is visible, guys. Just tell me if it's not. Just comment down below if this is a too bright color, but then I believe it's visible, yes, because the text editor is black and I just have the white there. Cool. So we have this like this, so it's React Native, and the imported style sheet. And where's the style sheet being used? Okay, cool. So it looks like the style sheet has a function called create, and then they create that. So there's a text, and there's a view. So this view, it looks like the view in React Native is like a div, maybe, like, yeah, just correct me, guys. So but then what I'm understanding here, it seems like this is like a parent thing that I could use, mainly like a div, things like that, from what I'm understanding. And then I have Expo status bar. So let us kickstart this project. Let us see how a React Native project looks like. So yarn start. Hopefully this is how you'd start. Okay, cool. So we say yarn start, and then let's see what will happen on this. So while that is doing, so yeah, so our saucy pie is still running. So now what's happening here? Okay, cool. So we have those assets there and all. Okay, so this is running localhost 9,000, not 9,000, why am I saying 9,000? 19,002. Hopefully my counting is correct. So 19,002. So now what happens from here? Okay, cool. So starting the Metro bundler. So how do we start this? So I'll choose maybe run on Android. So hopefully it will detect my, let me just remove this so that I can see it saying attempting to open simulator. Hopefully it will detect my phone because I did connect with my USB. So let's see what will happen. Okay, cool. So it looks like it is detecting my phone. So if I were to show you guys, right, so hopefully my phone is visible to the screen. I believe this won't be okay, let's see this. Right, so it says something wrong happened. Let's refresh that. I don't know why my phone is giving me those things. Why is my phone failing to open this thing? Okay, let's open that like this. Let's open this Expo ourselves, and then let us see. So click on run. So it's saying that attempting to open simulator. So bear with me, guys. I've never like run an Expo application. So this is my first time, so I'm just trying to see as to what's happening. Let us see what's happening. Yeah. So it's saying network response timed out. So why am I getting this, man? Why am I getting this? Okay, let's run that. One more time. We'll try it 2 more times, and hopefully it works, guys. I don't know. So on the terminal, it's saying opening as well. This is weird, guys. So if you guys can comment down below and tell me what I could be doing properly. So it looks like it is now going to work. I don't know, it looks like it is going to work now. It says, if you guys can read down here below, it says new update available, downloading, something like that. So it looks like we won. So if you guys have like a simpler approach as to how I could have handled all this, comment down below. Yeah, so I'd need that. So just bear with me. Let's see how a React Native sort of like a default application would look like, compared to a React JS demo, like not demo, but then boilerplate code, not code, man. Like the why am I failing to say this? I don't know as to what I wanted to say. Like, but then you know, man, like the startup of a normal React application, it's normally that React sign with while it's spinning. So let's see a React Native. So is it the same? Like we have a spinner here, more or less of like that. Let's see what's happening. So let's see what's happening here in the terminal. So here in the terminal says that it's building the JavaScript bundle. Okay, cool. So it looks like it's going to work. So I guess we won the battle. So I don't know. It didn't work when I was at LAN, but then now it's working when I'm at local. But then my devices are connected to the same network. But then, okay, it is what it is, guys. It's working. Let's not try and overanalyze that. Let us just wait and see as to what happens from here. So let's open that. Okay, cool. So it looks like the bundle has finished. So finished bundle, whatever. So cool. So we have here open app.js. Hello friend, first time using Expo. Okay, cool. So it looks like our React Native is looking like that. So let us see as to what we can do. So always a classic when you're learning something new in programming, our classic hello world. Let us see that, right? Let us see our classic hello world. So we have that hello world working just fine. So what then do you want to do? Let us just have our app side by side so that we can see that, and then let's have our phone. Oh my goodness, why am I failing to grab this phone? Let's have it right there. Cool. So but then let me just make it a bit smaller, and like that should be fine. I believe that should be fine. Cool. So we have our mobile app right here at the side, we can see it, and then we have our thing here. So let's just play around with this thing and let's see how it works. So now let's see what I want to do with this thing. So the style, obviously now this is something that we won't be using, but then here it looks, this is, yeah, CSS. So I think maybe I should survive. I thought maybe there will be some different stylings. So now let's see, what do you want to do? You want to make a counter application. So hopefully the hooks still work from here, like you use state. Hopefully this is still applicable in React Native. Let's try that out, and then let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, divs don't work here. So there's a foreign territory, guys, so don't really mind me. So try that text, and then let's make const count. Let's make our classic counter. I'll say set count. Let's see, use state, let's say 0. But then I'm interested as to what is my entry point of this app. Okay, we'll look into that later. So let's just do like that. Hopefully this will work. Let's save that. Let's see. Okay, cool. So we have our 0 there, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, but then let's style it. Let's see if that is possible. So how do I want to style this thing? So I see that when they called the style, they said styles.container because they had a container here, and the container was this thing. So it looks like because I have an object, so I can reference the styles of that object. So yeah, I think I understand what's happening. So now what I want to do is, let's say our count, right? Let's say our count, and I think I saw them do something like this, if I'm not mistaken. But then yeah, I think I saw them do something like that. So if we don't get a proper style, we'll use documentation. So let's say text Okay, so I think should be like this: text align and then center. So let's just use that one style. Let's see if we can get it to work. So we say style from what I saw, and then we say styles dot count. Right, let us see. Okay, cool. So we have that centered, so it looks like my styles are working. So let's say font size, let's say 2 rems. Right, okay, so what happened there? Font size, invalid property, font size of type strings applied. Expected a number, so I have to give it a number like that, so like 2. Does it work like this, guys? So I don't know. So it looks like my 0 is gone. So font, what is happening here, guys? What is happening here? So 2 pixels. So how do I do this? So if I say 2 rems, so my 0 goes away, but then if I bring it like this, okay, cool. So let us bring in some Google, right? How to define. So this is basically how you do this, like when you're starting off on something new. So just like me, how to define font style in the React Native, font size. So obviously this is how you get down with it, and this is how you'd learn. Set change font size, React Native responsive font size. Okay, let's see as to how someone is handling their things. So this is some advanced stuff that. Okay, so font size looks like a proper number that you give, and it should be big. That's what I'm seeing here. Cool. So let's just try a big number without any pixels. So it looks like you don't use pixels here, based on what I'm seeing. So what I'd say, it's font size, let's say 40. Cool. So we have a big circle there. So now let us say because I want to use this, I want to bring this to the center, and I don't know if vertical align center will work. Let's see. So vertical align center, let's see. So vertical align is not a valid property. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is, let's try using Flexbox. I'll say display. I think this should work. I don't know. So say display flex. Cool. And then flex flex flow. Okay, what I'll do is, for the display flex, right, let's put it in the container, which is the view. So let's say the container, let's say container, and don't forget the comma there. Let's say container, let's say display flex, and then justify content. No, why don't you justify content? No man. Align items center flex flow. So this is weird. I don't know how I'm gonna center this thing. I know I'm gonna center this thing, but then if it was, I don't know, maybe it's just that. Okay, now I wanted to say class. I don't know, guys. It's a styles dot container invalid property flex flow. Okay, so the okay, so how then do I bring this thing down? Okay, cool. So let's just use margin, guys. Let's just use margin. I don't wanna. Hopefully this will work. 2 rems. I don't know. While updating margin, what does this thing say? let's say 10, I don't know, looks like. Okay, let's Google search React Native margin. Let's see, layout properties, React Native margin with percentages, how to set margin in React Native. Right, let's see. As to this, because I did, there's also padding horizontal. This is interesting. So it's margin horizontal. I think there's margin vertical. If there's margin horizontal, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys told me, so I don't know. Looks like there's margin vertical. So we have that. Let's wait for that to load. So we have that 0. So now how do I use the margin property? Because I wanted to take it off the top. So margin top React Native. This is interesting. Why padding does not work? Margin top for header bar. Okay, so it looks okay. Things that would be taking me 2 seconds and just a web. Looks like now it's taking me years. Where is this in my case status bar? What is this guy talking about? Don't wanna. So margin top 24. So why wasn't okay? So it looks like REMs and all those things don't work. From what I'm understanding, here on mobile, REMs and things don't work here. So let's just say 30. Let's see how that works. Okay, cool. So we're having that come here. So let's say 50%. I don't know if 50% will work. Okay, cool. So it looks like I'm getting an error with 50. So it's interesting as how these things work in the mobile side. But then you guys, yeah, just comment down below. So let's just put it there. It's fine. And let's have a button. So how does one have a button? So just assuming, I think maybe should come from React Native, because I doubt it does use the button of like that. Okay, button property must be a string. Okay, let's just check it out. So React Native, so let's go to the docs and let's see. Okay, so because there's a lot of happening here, so let's go components. Okay, view button. Let's be interested in the button. So example, show me the example. That's what I'm interested in. Please don't show me an example of an app. Just want an example of a code, man. Okay, cool. So we have an example of the app here. So what I was thinking is true, that you import the button from React Native and then you import things like this. So I'm seeing an on press. Is on press the same as on click? Interesting. So let's just copy this component and let's put it there. Right, just put it like this. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So we have a button here which says, okay, so we don't have the alert, so let's just remove this. So obviously this will throw an error. Okay, so I guess on press is from what I'm seeing here, on press is like on click. And then there's a title that you put in. So the title, let's experiment. So let's say increment count. Let's experiment increment count. Cool. So it looks like that. Okay, so the color is like that, so we can keep it here. So just keep it like that. And then let's have another button, and then we say this button will be decrement count. However, obviously we just want to give them a bit of a margin. Okay, so let's see how inline styling works, right? So I believe I'd say style, and from React I assume this should also be like this, and let's say margin top, let's say 20, because I saw that there you guys, this thing doesn't use. Okay, so this style is not working. So how does it work here? Inline styling. How does inline styling work? Because obviously sometimes you might want to use that. Because let's see, React Native inline style, right? So but then I believe if you are comfortable with React, it'll just be a bit more I'm getting used to what's happening with the React Native. Okay, but then I just did something like this though. I literally just did something like this. Okay. Or maybe it doesn't allow this. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's say button. Okay, let's give it a small p. Let's say button. Let's say margin top. Let's say 30, right? So let's bring it here. Let's say style, and then say styles dot button. Okay, I don't know guys, it looks like the styles are not getting registered. Okay, let's go back to our docs. Let's see. Looks like my style not getting registered. I don't know. An alternative what I'll do is wrap it around the text. I don't know if this will be best practice, but then just for the sake of the video and for it not working, I'll just wrap it around the text. Do it like that, put it like that, put it like that. So an alternative will be doing it like that, even though I believe that shouldn't make a difference. But then now I think I can take this and put it there. There we go. So that is a good alternative, and it worked. Cool. So I think I'll just also do the same thing for this one. Let's wrap it around. Let's just remove that one and then just duplicate this one. Cool. And then we have that bottoms and all that, but then this one will change to increment again. Cool. So we have our buttons, but then this one, let me just change the decrement to red. I don't know if this will work. Cool, so this works. And then let's say green. Cool, this works. We have our green buttons and all that, right? So let's see how we can manage state of this thing. All right, so I saw an on press, right? That is what I believe will be that. I'll say increment count. This will be a function. So hopefully this is something that would work. Hopefully, let's say const. We do like that. Let's say set count, and we say count plus equal to 1. Right, so I believe that should work if I'm not mistaken. Count is read only. And what is happening here now? I thought this is a problem. This is how we do it in React though. So what is the problem here? Okay, that is working guys, but then what is the problem with, unless maybe there's something that I'm missing? Is there something that I'm missing guys? Like, I don't know, is there something that I'm missing guys? I don't know. count is a read only. I don't know what I'm missing here, because this is what from React this should work. But then let's say count class equal to 1. Let's see. Okay, cool. So it's not a problem. So if things don't want to work like that, let us follow what it says here. So if that doesn't work, this will work. Cool. So this is working. But then why wasn't it working? It doesn't make sense to me, but then it's fine. So but then we can see that the core idea behind React.js still applies with React Native, even though obviously we can see there's a huge difference. You guys can see that I'm out of my comfort zone right now. I'm sure you guys can see that I'm out of my comfort zone. But then let's continue. So here, instead of increment, let's say decrement count, and let's make this function say const, and let's say const that, and let's say set count, let's say count minus minus. So hopefully this will work. There we go. So we have our counter app working, right? So this is a basic thing. So it really teaches you a lot with managing state. So but then yeah, like guys, honestly with this thing, from what I'm seeing here, is React Native is, once you know React, obviously you guys saw that, and you guys are seeing that I'm out of my comfort zone. But then it's just the mere fact of understanding and what we call getting used to this. So if you guys liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so that you guys can be notified on more React Native builds. So yeah guys, comment down below in the comment section what the React Native builds you want to see, and I'm interested in actually playing around with React Native. It's been something that is on my my list. So yeah guys, comment down below what the React Native builds you want to see, and goodbye guys.